why my bias Jisoo brand is untouchable. Yeah. Okay, reactors, welcome back to the channel, the Nuclear Reactor, the reaction channel where all the reactions go. Nuclear. Before we get into this video though, if y'all are a sports fan, go over to my sports channel, Ring Culture, link in the description. But back over here playing the Nuclear Reactor, y'all know I believe every action deserves a reaction. And over here, we are very reactionary. Make sure y'all like and comment down below. That's how y'all push me into the algorithm. And then I'll go get them. With my content, hit them and fit them and sit with them. Subscribe and hit the bell notification so y'all can be notified for every time I upload, and I upload a lot. Share my videos and don't forget to hype my channel. So today we're going to be getting into a video from Pop Chat, why Jisoo brand is untouchable. Y'all know Jisoo is my bias, and y'all know I am obsessed with Blackpink. So this should be a great video. Let's go.
What does silence in K-pop means? Absence or a control? Jisoo was never the loudest in Blackpink. She was never the most chaotic, never the one fighting for attention. When Blackpink debuted in 2016, the group was built on contrast, power rap, viral choreography, maximalist confidence. And inside that noise, Jisoo stood out for the opposite reason. She was quiet, reserved, often described as actress-like rather than idol-like. Early media didn't frame her as the breakout star. Fans questioned her charisma. Critics wondered if she fit a group defined by sharpness. And then, something unexpected happened. In March 2023, 7 years after Blackpink's...
When I first noticed Blackpink, y'all have heard the story already, but the first person I noticed really was Lisa. Because of her swag, she got that hip-hop vibe. And then Jennie had the same hip-hop vibe. But after a while, like Jisoo started to take my attention because she's so unique. You know what I'm saying? She's hilarious. She's gorgeous. She has beautiful vocals. Yes.
2023, 7 years after Blackpink's debut, Jisoo finally released her first solo album, Me. It sold over 1 million copies in its first week, making her the first female K-pop soloist in history to do so at the time. No controversy, no shock image pivot, no viral gimmick era. She moved more slowly and spoke less. And somehow, she became one of the most rich and powerful women in K-pop. That's the Jisoo effect. So how is she doing that? The thing is, most idols compete on the same battlefield: virality, performance clips, trends, and volume. But Jisoo didn't fight harder inside that system. She stepped outside and built a different game. A game where scarcity, stability, and cultural legitimacy mattered more than noise.
Wow.
Here's how she outplayed everyone without ever looking like she was trying. From the beginning of her career, she refused the idol urgency trap. Let's be honest, K-pop runs on speed. Fast debuts, faster comebacks, and constant reinvention.
Right.
And Jisoo did something no one else dared to do at the time. She went in the opposite direction. She delayed. She trained for 5 years, debuted in 2016, and waited 7 full years before releasing solo music, far longer than industry norms. During that time, she released no solo music, avoided constant personal oversharing, and maintained a consistent visual identity without rebrands. While others chased momentum, Jisoo built trust, and in pop culture, trust compounds. Slowness became her power. Jisoo aligned with institutions, not hype. In 2021, she was named Global Ambassador for Dior, Fashion and Beauty. And it's not a seasonal deal or a trend-based partnership.
No.
Luxury houses don't choose idols for virality. They choose for longevity, reliability, and low risk. Dior doesn't want to reintroduce its ambassador every year.
Right.
They want someone who can represent them for a decade. And Jisoo was so perfect like nobody else. Elegant without intimidation. Traditional without feeling dated. global without losing Korean identity.
Yep.
That positioning moved her closer to actresses and cultural figures, not idols chasing trends. Finally, her partnerships with Cartier, Tommy Hilfiger, Alo Yoga, Dyson, and Marie Claire only reinforce her elevated positioning. But what exactly is the Jisoo effect? She let silence create gravity.
Wow.
Jisoo speaks less than most global idols. She doesn't dominate headlines or respond to every narrative. And that restraint changed everything.
Yeah.
From 2016 to now, she has had 0 major public scandals, a rare achievement in modern K-pop. From a branding perspective, her limited exposure made her harder to overexpose, harder to scandalize, and easier to protect. Silence in her case wasn't absence, it was a control. Jisoo chose respect over dominance. She never positioned herself as the best dancer, vocalist, or performer in measurable term. Instead, she became one of the most brand-reliable idols in Korea,
Wow.
one of the least polarizing public figures, and one of the safest long-term investments for...
Yeah, you really don't hear a lot of negative things about Jisoo. And oddly enough, it seems like everybody loves Jisoo. I mean, I've heard every now and then something negative, but it's really not a lot. And I really never hear too much about like some scandal that she's personally involved in or something like that. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't hear that about the other members. I hear people making up things and about them being involved, but Blackpink is really not a problematic group. Jisoo just has a different personality, but I think all 4 of them have different personalities from each other. But Blackpink is really not problematic. I've seen people bring drama to them, but not them the other way around mostly. At all.
Polarizing public figures, and one of the safest long-term investments for fashion, film, and media. When trends shift, algorithms change, or sounds age, her relevance doesn't disappear. It migrates, and that's how career insurance works. Her solo debut was intentionally anti-competitive. Flower wasn't designed to outperform her group members. It avoided heavy choreography, vocal flexing, catchy motives, or trend-driven production. Instead, it leaned into minimalism, traditional Korean imagery, and emotional restraint.
Yeah.
She didn't try to prove range, she reinforced identity. And that's a strategic choice most artists miss. So how did she outplay everyone else in the industry? Her real win is post-idol viability. Jisoo's biggest advantage isn't now, it's later. By 2021, she was already leading a major acting role in Snowdrop on JTBC and Disney+. By 2023, she proved her solo market. By 2024, she stood firmly inside luxury, film, and global culture. She's positioned for a future where charts are optional, and that's the endgame most idols never reach. Jisoo's career proves something uncomfortable about K-pop culture. You don't need to dominate attention to win the long game.
Right.
You need to own a role no one else is competing for. While others fought to be louder, bolder, more viral, Jisoo became inevitable. And inevitability
Like
always
Thanos.
outlasts hype. K-pop rewards the loudest stars. Jisoo became one of the most powerful idols by doing the opposite. She didn't outsing, outdance, or outshock anyone. She outpositioned them. And that's why she quietly won.
Well, she's my bias for a reason. Yeah, Jisoo is, I mean, she is just amazing to me at everything. I think she's a great dancer. I think she's a great singer. I think she's a great actress. Obviously, I think she's insanely intelligent with a lot of wisdom. Gorgeous, to say the least, cute. She has that elegant, timeless beauty, and she seems to just be real. But again, like I told you before, all the Blackpink members seem to be real to me. They don't seem to be fake. And that's what I love about them. I love the fact that they support the way they support each other. But yeah, Jisoo has a cool about her. Even though she's silly, she has a cool about her. She has a calmness about her that makes her mysterious to a lot of people. But I remember one time, I can't remember what celebrity it was, but she said whenever you at a Dior event and there's a large crowd around at one spot, they call them zombie crowds. They are all around Jisoo. Like people just flock towards her. She has that kind of presence, that kind of charm and swag and aura. Yes. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down below about my biased Queen Jisoo. I'll be down there with y'all. As always, pleasure. All mine, reaction. Well, that belongs to y'all. I love y'all. Peace.